Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Abbinik. Welcome to WWE This Week. Um, Actually, we're going to talk about something that's actually not really yet come to terms. I have not noticed so much yet on social media, but maybe I'm just thinking pre-ahead. Maybe I am looking too much in the spoilers and what they're planning overall and long term. The Shield reunion. Great role. We like the Shield, don't we? You know, we can, and WWE doesn't just let us go let us cheer Roman Reigns. That's the only reason why they have we give this reunion to the Shield. But there's some issues with it, and we're actually not seeing it directly yet. But and I hope they really find a solution for this because actually it can actually devaluate some titles. We're talking about the Universal title. We're talking also even about the Intercontinental title. And I will go a little bit more deeper and I will explain you why and how and why I mean with this. The thing is, um, as as it stated now, yes, on Crown Jewel, what is it? The Crown Jewel. We have then the triple threat for the Universal title, but it probably will stay with Roman Reigns. WWE wants to have a very lengthy title run. Not that I'm very fond of it. I would rather see it with Braun Strowman or even put it back on Brock. And why do I say Brock? Because he's going back to the UFC. Yes, he can then promote also at the same WWE. You know, mainstream publicity always counts very good. Draw in new viewers, new fans, etc., etc. And WWE loves it. We all know that Vince McMahon gets hard on for mainstream publicity, especially if it's free. He don't want to pay for his ads. Come on, he's a billionaire. You know how they look at this money. Um, but the thing is, after Crown Jewel, it starts to look like we're not getting much title defenses. Um, let's say the title stays on Roman. I'm not particularly a real big fan on it, um, but let's say if they really stick with it. Um, the thing is that we're going to get all the way, um, only except Crown Jewel, we don't get any title defenses. We're only getting the Shield actually in the main event matches against the Dogs of War. Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Um, so the Intercontinental title is still on Seth Rollins. I can't even remember when his last title defense was actually Intercontinental title. That's the one thing. And the Universal title will also not be defended. And then everybody was bitching and yelling and making a bad outcome for Brock Lesnar that he didn't defend always the title. Well, is Roman not doing that? If you're getting all the time the Shield main eventing, the title's not defended. So what's the difference, right? And we don't want to see Roman as a champion. Now, do we? We're tired actually of Roman Reigns in the main event picture. We're tired of getting pushed in our face while they're not pushing organically over people like Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? AJ Styles should also actually want to get also the main event because that's ridiculous. He's over 300 days champion and never main evented one pay per view. Just ridiculous. Um, that's actually what I'm stuck with. So, and the problem is with the Intercontinental title, and what I did like with when it was on the Miz's shoulder, and Seth Rollins looked also to going like really that way. The title was defended. It was competitive. It gave some good matches, really good matches. I mean, you can bitch a lot about these two, but they know how to bring the matches and they tell a story in the line. Also, great promo guys. Organically, very good over. Um, and the title really was pushed up. Uh, what pay per view was it? Was it Extreme Rules? That the Intercontinental title main evented the pay per view. Great, absolutely. Or was it Money Bank? Well, I can't remember. There's been so much. But you can remember. There was that Iron Man match between Seth and Dolph. Um, so now the titles are getting defended. It's not only one, but two titles. Two titles who actually were yeah, a lot of discussed, especially the Intercontinental title. Got a lot of push, got great results, great matches, and now it's not getting defended. Neither is the Universal title. Yes, Crown Jewel, I am aware, but we all know that probably Roman Reigns has the title also. So that's due to long-term, long-term title run. and Braun, I mean, he's a heel, and then he's planning his match ahead for the Money in the Bank. I mean, I don't know what WWE is doing, but I'm getting a little bit annoyed with this. And that's why I thought, well, I have to talk with this, and maybe throwing it out a little bit too early. But if we look onto actually on what they're planning for us ahead, you won't see these titles getting defended, and they're losing their credibility. Um, so maybe it's a good idea, at least, to get the Intercontinental title off Seth. Now, it's not because I disliked Seth. I think it's maybe better for the title itself. And who should run with? Well, give it to Finn Balor. I mean, I think he deserves it. I think he can make a good run with it. He's not involved into tag team main event matches all the time, the same match for the next coming 6 pay-per-views. So, and it gives him also something to work around it. I think he can push the title up to a great credibility also. Again, like Seth and the Miz did. Because if you're keeping on like this, to keep those titles there, you're only going to devaluate them. Because if you're going to have tag matches, they're not being defended. And the thing is, technically in the rule book, it says that every title should be defended every 30 days. Well, when that really last time we really have to kept to the rule, I mean, seriously. I think if you oh, sorry. If that title was not defended every 30 days, if they kept to that rule, I mean, nobody would hold the titles. Just saying. Yeah, so that's my point. I also want to actually talk a little bit about Brie and what is her? Liv Morgan. Okay, here's the thing. We all know wrestling is staged, the matches are scripted. I'm not going into that further. We know that. But accidents do happen. It's a common fact, it's a well known thing. And the issue, what we're actually now facing is that yeah, how do I say this? Is what Brie did after that was actually more unresponsible than they did in the match, because she went on social media and started apologizing for actually, um, you know, and open the business, from hey, explaining wrestling. And this you shouldn't do. You have to keep a little bit of make believe. I understand that, but if pro wrestlers start doing it itself, what Bree should have done, and the rumors are, well, it didn't go very well, is go backstage, take Liv Morgan to the side, say sorry, um, I screwed up, was human error, I didn't do this on purpose, blah 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 blah. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I mean, buy some chocolates or something. I don't know. Um, but the problem is when the thing is, I hate it so much. All those wrestlers who go on social media and heels are hugging babies and everything. And then the thing is, the thing is that management from WWE doesn't understand that the heels are getting cheered and the babyface getting booed. The first thing, as I say to you always, is social media. If you have a heel who is the worst actually, is on a very high position, and that's Stephanie McMahon. She is so good at it. She should be this evil authority personality, and then go on social media and hugging babies and kissing and children and giving titles to survivors of cancer. And don't get me wrong, it's great she does that. I understand that. She has to represent this business. But don't put it on social media, don't put it on television, because it's getting amusing. Because same thing. I'll give you a very funny example. This Monday Night Raw. As Triple H was along, and to be there, he showed a great human spirit with the title giving away, etc. to the show. Absolutely great thing with the common cure for cancer, pediatric cancer. All thanks for that. 10 minutes later, he's getting stopped by the limo, and he says in the interview, I quote, "I sold my soul for a long time ago." If you don't have a soul, you don't give titles and hugging children. You're being the Antichrist. You're being the most evil entity on the world, and you're not going to give titles to children, with all due respect. And it's not because I don't like it or I think it's wrong they did. Absolutely, I do get it. It's great WWE is doing, but it doesn't make sense that what even Triple H should know this. I mean, seriously, the guy can great pull promos, and but really, what are you? I mean, you switch even quicker than the Big Show. I mean, in one show, you go from heel to babyface to heel again. And the problem is, it's not stopping there on television. No, we're just continuing it on social media. And then we're bitching about that when the Big Show was switching too much babyface to heel, what we could not figure out. Well, every wrestler does it. I mean, it's great. Take Kevin Owens. Take Kevin Owens. Great heel. It's a really some of an SOB. But he puts pictures on of being a beloved daddy on social media. And don't get me wrong, Kevin. I do like you a lot. I think you're great. I think you're a phenomenal heel. So there's a solution for this. Every social media account that is related to the WWE, when they have this wrestling persona, stay down and heel. Then make a private account somewhere where it's not really listed, you're not getting verified, just being it. I don't call yourself Bob and put there the loving pictures of hugging babies and everything on it. That is the problem. There is already that the world of wrestling is not make believe as it was once more, that we really thought, well, we all knew it was fake, we didn't talk about it, but we hoped in a way, believed, and it's, you know what I mean? It's like Santa. You know, we all know he's fake, he doesn't exist, but nobody really talks about it. We celebrate Christmas, Santa comes with his big bag. We all know that it's the neighbor who's dressed up as Santa. We don't talk about it. We celebrate it. The kids have a great time. They get their presents and it's gone. Nobody else talks about it. That's how WWE should approach it, just like Santa. I mean, Triple H has already that beard a little bit. He has a bigger beard than me. And people, it's not rocket science. Huh? Everybody nowadays has 10,000 profiles. So why can't they have a business profile as they're being and playing the online heel further, you know, development. You know, you can build even storylines on that. Then you can play out heel on television. Maybe also the ratings will go a little bit more up. Because that is one of the things. And I will get to the ratings. I will go a little bit on that. I'm not really done yet. This is going to be a drag of a race, people. The thing is that the WWE is actually failing in this matter. And they don't see it. Use social media in advance. I mean, the thing is, and there's the thing. That's also why the ratings are so low. Social media. Everything. The shows don't have a hook anymore. And everything is revealed on social media. If they ever have a hook. Use social media to your advantage. If you can't really create a hook, use social media. You know what I mean? As I said, let those wrestlers who have a WWE account use that to their advantage. Create a hook. I mean, Paige is actually sometimes doing it. You know, announcing a tournament, whatever, for the tag team titles. She did that. Actually, it's a good example. Paige is a very good example to say so, because it gives, oh, wait a second, it's a tag team tournament. We know we have to tune in. She gives that little hook. And it would be even more perfect if she stays in it. I think Paige is actually an example to follow. I don't think she, what I see on the social media, she is really playing off that authority. She's really playing the general manner on social media. Paige is one of the few who actually do it right. I must admit. So Paige, here you go. Thumbs up from me. But the problem is, not everybody's doing it. You could easily use social media to create this hook. If you really want to adjust social media, use YouTube also. I mean, for example, I will give you an example. Why don't you, for example, that in a trainer's room, then some wrestlers working out and getting knocked over, and then the movie's done. You know, create a hook, create a little bit online storylines. But you can also build further on the TV shows. Then you have a little bit hook in to discuss it. Then on social media, people can discuss it, right? And I think that we media sources as GTA Sports Studio, we really have can dive into because we can, we also probably jump into that. If they start doing that, especially in the beginning, we'll jump into it. Now, normally with GTA Sports Studio, we're not really like helping to provoke storylines or continuing storylines. I think that is the job of WWE. We are looking more on the background, injuries, or what's really happening in the behind the scenes. But in the beginning, we'll probably hook on it because it is something new. WWE is not getting the social media as they should do. They can create a hook to develop it. And if they would, for example, create a hook, right, for a show, for Monday Night Raw, the advantage is on social media will get discussed. Make sure that as WWE, when they're active on social media, to make it even worse. The hook. It's not that simple, people. I mean, if you have, they say this, high intelligence, high educated people who write, well, we see what they write is only crap, but if they're really that good, they should be able to use social media to their advantage. To develop it more, to make it even more tuned into Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, that will have something to watch again. That we have to say, okay, I have to see. Sorry, you hang up to your girlfriend. Sorry, your girlfriend stands up naked. You ask her to move because you have to see Raw. Now, if your girlfriend stands naked, you switch off the television, you go to her because it's more interesting, right? I hope so. For me, it is. But the problem is, you could actually get a higher TV rating if you use social media to your advantage, what actually WWE is not doing. That's the first thing. The other thing with social media of the low ratings can also be explained a little bit otherwise. The thing is, let's take the attitude area, right? There were not so many TV channels. The internet was not at that moment as it is now. There was no Facebook, there was no social media, none of it. It was also a little bit more difficult to figure out with news, really background. It was more difficult, was more closed circuit. You know what I mean? The spoilers were not going around, it was not discussed or, trending things online. You didn't have it because there was not almost. That slowly developed on the attitude area. But the thing is, the show had a hook. It could not be spoiled on the social media because there was none, and it was easy to build up. And there were less channels. The problem is we having WWE Raw for 3 hours. Then you have SmackDown for 2 hours. Then you have 1 hour NXT. Then you have also 205 Live. Now, and so on and so on. There is way too much content. That's also a problem with WWE. It's too much. And the thing is, if you want, and that's with me. I watch Raw. It's sometimes really dragging. It's really like it's not giving a hook. It's not really telling. The stories are not being properly told. We're having the same matches every week. Every week we have the same matches over and over again. Sorry, but it's like watching a movie every week, the same movie over and over again. And at the end, you stop watching. The problem is, of course, we at GTA, we have to watch, for news updates, what's happening. being along what's happening, looking into it, etc., etc. So we have to watch. But I'll promise you, if I didn't have DGA, I probably think I didn't watch it anymore so much. And the thing that there's a lot of people who actually don't watch it. If there's something exciting, well, then they go to on YouTube and watch it. And that's the thing. We have now also YouTube. We didn't have that in the Attitude Era, so you had to watch Raw. It was also only 2 hours, etc., etc. There was also more compelling television. It was better written. You have less channels. All gaining from, because nowadays I can sit on in taking a long time bath. Well, we're not advanced because the telephone gets right. So let's take something else. You're laying in bed, middle of the night, you can't sleep, you flip out your phone, has something happened in the middle of on Raw, and if it does, we'll watch it on YouTube. I mean, we're not going to waste 3 hours on it. That is the whole thing. That is the whole problem. The 3 hours is way too much. We having direct access to watch the highlights. We just use that because it's quicker, etc., etc. Or we're just going to read the spoilers online. And it's that easy. Or if you want to do it even more, you illegal download it. And watch it when you can. And if it's getting too much, you pause it, you go do something else. And when it's there, do all you can to watch it, you watch it further. It's that easy. And there's also a lot of alternatives we can watch nowadays because of the more channels. It's easier to watch Raw, ROH. It's easier to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. All the things, it's same again. That that is why we're getting declining ratings and viewership, because we having this choice, we having this luxury, what we didn't have in the time when the viewer count was peaking. And I think if you use, actually, as I said before, social media into the advantage to develop storyline, to create even more bigger hook, that you tune in Raw. And then you probably will see that numbers will go up. Yes. Anyway, that is all I want to talk about for today. Thank you for tuning in. My name is JJ Abbinik. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/GJ Sports Studio. Twitter, you can tweet with us on at GGA Sports Studio. YouTube.com/DJ LiveTube. That's why you're seeing this video on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. And comment on even on it. Alright? Let me know what you think is a good solution to a better view, a higher viewer count, or whatever. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment box. I will answer them for you next episode. We're also on Tumblr. What is it? DJSportsstudio.com or something? Tumblr.com/DJ Sports Studio? Yeah, that's the one. And Pinterest.com/DJ Live Studio. Anyway, follow us there. Thank you for tuning in. My name is JJ Abbinik, reporting for GGA Sports Studio. Take care. Don't forget to check us out on our website, ggasportsstudio.com, with all the latest sports news, not only pro wrestling, we're also having football, we're having American football, we have MMA, NHL, NFL, we have it all. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Take care. And I'll be back next week with WWE This Week. Take care. Ciao.